wonderful guest here, and our dear friends, Russell and I's dear friends, Scott and Jenna Lupetti, went on a trip to Israel recently, a few years ago with all their kids, and this man that she's about to introduce, Ruben, was their tour guide. And I'm just going to leave it there and just say, y'all know my heart for God's land and God's people. And a year ago, basically right now, I was in Israel on a solidarity trip to support God's land and God's people. So we're excited to have an actual Israeli here with us today. Come on up.
All right. Thank you. Hi, ladies. Okay, I'm Jenna Lupetti, and as Mary Clayton said, this is my great dear friend, Ruben. So in May of 2023, we decided to take our entire family, our adult kids, to Israel. They all wanted to go. They were happy to go. They weren't thrilled to go. I mean, it's not, if you're going to, hey, we're going to go take your time off work, let's go somewhere. Israel would not have been on their top. Italy, maybe, Caribbean, something like that. So, but they all would, no one was begrudging to go, but they just were like, oh, okay, we'll go. Okay. My husband and I stayed. We went for a week. We put the kids on the flight Saturday night, and we went into Jordan. Before we even got back into the car, they had changed our family group text name to the Uncle Ruben Fan Club. And when can we go back? So they loved Israel, and they loved this man dearly. Many of you, I know Amy Ray, who's in here, has been on a Jim Dennison trip, and Ruben was one of the guides. Ruben worked with Jim for years. In fact, we're going to leave here and go meet Jim for him to spend the afternoon with Jim, because Jim's a very dear friend. But Ruben, come on up. I want to ask you a couple of questions so these ladies can get to know you. You all have his bio, so I don't need to tell you that. But one of my questions is, what inspired you to become a tour guide? Mm-hmm. And what's been the most rewarding part of sharing Israel's history with visitors?
First of all, shalom to everyone.
Shalom.
I was born in a kibbutz, and if you don't know what's a kibbutz, then we'll talk about it in another occasion. But kibbutz is it started as a socialist idea, let's say. And my kibbutz is 1 mile from Gaza. And one of the things that you do not see in the kids of the kibbutz is shoes. Now I walk with boots, but by then we walk barefoot. Because that's the idea. All the kids walk barefoot in the kibbutz. And I think that really connects us to the land. In other words, we are, the land is part of us, and we are part of the land. So the moving from being a member or a child in the kibbutz and love the land of Israel to start guiding and sharing about Israel was not such a dramatic change for me, because I love my country, I love the land of Israel, and I know the land of Israel quite well. So it was a complete natural way of doing it. And one of the things that I have to say is that my job today, as in leading groups, etc., is probably one of the easiest jobs in the world. And the fault of that is because of all of you. What are you going to do when I finish my blah blah? You're going to go and have a Bible study. In other words, you know everything about Israel because you know it. There is one little thing that you do not know, which is how it looks like physically or geographically, unless you come to Israel. So for us, this is the easiest job in the world, because all of you know Israel, at least by the scripture, by the Bible, etc. Now the only thing that you have to do, which is not much, is to buy an airplane ticket and come to Israel, because a lot of times when you talk about things, chapters and different concepts in the Bible, you really have to see the people in order to understand the Bible, in my opinion, a little bit more profound. And the weather, and the land, and the farming, and the customs, and so on. So just come to Israel.
Okay, well that leads me to the next question.
Yes.
So one of the reasons why Ruben is here, he's traveling all over the United States right now, speaking at churches, speaking in Dallas. He's also available to do tours in Israel. He likes to do small customized tours. Grab some couples or grab your family. His contact information is on the bottom of this sheet, his email, and y'all can figure out a trip. But when people want to do a custom trip, you can help with everything. You can do, how do you curate a trip that matches people's desires?
Okay, I decided that most of the time I'm going to be really dealing with what I call tailored tours, because most people when they come to Israel, what happened is you just press the computer and you have a program of 7 days, 8 days, etc. But the point is that there are people that are interested in different things. I'm a little bit Michigan I like hiking and off-roading and all that type of things. But some other people like art, and some other people want only biblical places and not the so-called biblical places. And you understand that a lot of people go to Israel and they see places that are not so biblical, let's say, but they think they are biblical. But if you come to Israel, it's not for, I suggest not to go through the tradition, but go to the real places where, biblically speaking, you can see them. So what I try to do is more or less a tailor-made. In other words, you like art, so we can do a little bit more of art, and you like, so that's the idea. So you have actually my mail around there, and just feel free. And this is I'm not only saying it, but I do it. Even if you're planning to come to Israel and you're coming with Moshe Zuchmanovich, who is I don't know who, but if you come with another person and you want any advice, just feel completely comfortable. I think I can give you quite nice advices about different places and different hotels and different things that you can do, because I've been also teaching in the tour guide course for some good years. So you have a good friend, not only someone that can advise you and organize you a tour in Israel with the family and with the kids, but if you want any suggestions, feel completely free, and I'm serious about it. Okay?
So I'll just end with, Ruben is a plethora of information, and there's deep stuff, knowledge that you will, I can't share all of it, but the week after we left, he had a group from the Vatican come in, and he was their tour guide, and he's done that multiple times. That should just tell you the depth of his knowledge, and that he has lots of dignitaries come to him. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, or Mary Clayton's going to get to know Ruben as well. Yeah. And I really hope you plan a trip, and I'll go with you. So that's it. Thank you for letting us come.
Thank you.
Yeah.